Good morning. I'm Phil from the board. First of all, for those of you who are trapped by autocorrect, it is Mitten Tree Sunday. It is not Kitten Tree Sunday. Lots of things going on. Tuesday afternoon, there will be a concert here by the Polished Brass Quintet, 2 o'clock Tuesday. This event is co-sponsored by First Unitarian and the Unitarian House Residents Association. Let's get together with our Unitarian House neighbors to celebrate the season and form connections with each other. A concert and a reception afterwards in the Fellowship Hall are absolutely free, so bring your friends. A sad announcement from the Environmental Action Group. The pill bottle collection project has been canceled. There were too many problems with bottle cleanliness, shipping costs, and volunteer burnout, so that will no longer be happening. For more information, see the Climate Action page, and under Enviro Advocacy, don't forget your environmental letter to Santa. The Ajashki program is having a Christmas sale right there at the back of the hall. The young adults in the program have made holiday pots along with mittens, coasters, wreaths, ornaments, and cards. They will be offered after the service. Prices vary and prices are negotiable. From the Unitarian Go-Go's, today again after the service, the Unitarian Go-Go's are selling Christmas baking, honey, maple syrup, and unique cards in Fellowship Hall. And they're doing this to raise money for the Stephen Lewis Foundation. The foundation supports community-led organizations in 15 countries in Africa to end AIDS in Africa. And now, finally, the news you've all been waiting for, a report from the pledge team. Thank you and congratulations. First, the number of pledges. Our goal was 205, and we're currently at 204. And we know of at least a handful of people who have every intention of pledging soon. The Help Staff Help Us campaign. This was a special campaign to allow us to limit the cut in salaried staff hours to only 5%. Our goal was 23,000, and we have 23,300. Thank you. The main campaign, our goal was 328,000, and we have 338,000. We're well over our goal, and we still expect a few more pledges soon. You see the pattern there? Why was my prediction off? Because those who pledged both last year and this year increased their pledges by far more than other years. Thank you. In addition, we have 11 brand new pledges and 5 returning pledges after an absence of, in a couple of cases, many years. And we still expect a few more pledges soon. Thank you very much. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Our opening song this week is a carol, Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella, or as we're going to do it today in French, Un flambeau, Jeanette Isabella. This is a traditional carol from the Provence region of France from the 1600s. And like a lot of Christmas carols, it did not start as a Christmas carol. It started as a dance. A lot of them are actually drinking songs or dancing songs. Yeah. And Callie's going to be joining me on piano for this one. It's more rousing that way. So. Un flambeau, Jeanette Isabelle, un flambeau courant son berceau. C'est Jésus bon et jaune du amour, le Christ est né. Marie appelle que la mère appelle que l'enfant est beau. Qui vient là, frappant de la porte, qui vient là, en frappant comme ça, ouvrez donc, je vous ai sur un plat de bons gâteaux, qui si j'apporte, toc, toc, ouvre-nous
2 this year, 3 versus next year. Bonjour tout le monde. Welcome everyone to the First Unitarian Congregation of Ottawa. Whether you are here in Fellowship Hall or watching from wherever toasty place you may be, know that you are welcome among us. We have a tree with some lights and a star, but I think it needs a little more decoration. We will get to that before we leave this morning. It is time for our Mitten Tree celebration, but in a little bit. I'm the Reverend Eric Meter, this congregation's lead minister.
Good morning, I'm Lee, your worship associate today. We acknowledge that our FirstU campus is located on traditional, unsurrendered, and unceded Algonquin Anishinaabe territory, and that the work of reconciliation is a responsibility of our congregation and of all Canadians. Our goal is to educate ourselves and all those that have the willingness to understand, to be a service to those who are at risk, and to advocate for justice.
Good morning, I am Jody McIntosh, the Director of Religious Exploration, and welcome to our special multi-generational Mitten Tree service. I have an opening reading this morning, Helping Hands. In moments of need, when hearts feel alone, there are hands that reach out to make kindness known. We're thankful for hands that help and that give, for the kindness they show and the love that they live. When someone is hungry or feeling the cold, a warm meal, a blanket, a hand to hold. These gestures of care, so simple yet grand, show the power of love in each helping hand. In times of despair, when hope seems so far, a smile, a kind word can heal every scar. We can all be the hands that lift and that mend, offering comfort as a friend to a friend. So let's look around, see who needs our care, and offer our hands to show we are there. For in giving we find our hearts open wide, and together we stand with love as our guide. Let's join our voices in song once more. Please rise in body or in spirit as we sing together, Love Will Guide Us, number 131 in our great hymnal, and the lyrics will be on the screen. Thank you.
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night.
As health challenges continue, do take care and take advantage of online opportunities at FirstU to stay in touch. If you're new to FirstU and would like to learn more about us, please contact us through our email at welcome@firstunitarianottawa.ca. And if you're right here in Worship Hall with us this morning and would like more information about FirstU, it's available at the welcome table at the back. We encourage you to sign up to receive the EUU, our weekly email newsletter. Sign-up info is available on our website under the EUU Weekly Newsletter tab, and you can access the EUU on the website or by using the QR code on the back of our printed programs. Check our Facebook page and Instagram pages, as well as our website, for notices and updates. Our calendar continues to be as full as ever, although some of our activities take place online. This morning, each of us is welcome. We of any heritage or faith, whatever our burdens, of any culture or race, of any gender or orientation, in any body, all that we are, today we are all part of this spiritual community.
Thank you, Lee. To begin our morning's reflection on the magic and majesty of the season, we light our chalice this morning to these words of welcome from Amy Kindred. And Eleanor and Kaylin, can you help me? Are you around? Can you come up? Can you come up and help me? All right, this to there. You can blow it out. All right. All right, thank you both. That's perfect. Yep. Yes, well done. Again, these words of welcome from Amy Kindred. Of all the gifts in the world, for love, we are grateful. Of all the gifts in the world, for helping hands, we are grateful. Of all the gifts in the world, for food, we are grateful. May we remember that the best gifts don't arrive wrapped in paper or bows. For love, helping hands, food, and so much more, including warm mittens. We are grateful. Our chalice is lit. Come, let us worship together as we begin by singing our chalice song.
Good morning, everyone. I have a story this morning, appropriately called The Mitten Tree. So I invite anyone young or young at heart to come and gather here for the story. So The Mitten Tree by Candace Christensen. At the end of a long lane in a tidy little house, old Sarah lived alone. Her children had grown up and moved away, but Sarah still remembered the mornings when she walked with them to the blue spruce tree where they waited for the school bus. Now each morning she opened her shutters and watched for the new children to arrive. Every chilly morning, Sarah pulled on her warm coat and started down the lane. As she walked past the children on her way to the mailbox, she wished they would smile or wave, but they never did. The children didn't seem to notice her. Still, when she saw them, she couldn't help but smile. One winter morning, after the first snow had fallen, all of the children were making snowmen and throwing snowballs, all except for one little boy in a blue cap and a blue coat. Even his boots were a dark shade of blue. He stood away from the others with his hands sunk deep in his pockets. When the school bus arrived, he lingered behind and was last in line. As Sarah watched the little boy climb into the bus, she could see that he didn't have any mittens. All that day, Sarah couldn't stop worrying about the little boy with no mittens. Late in the afternoon, as the sky grew dark, Sarah dug through the basket of yarn scraps she had saved for many, many years. She found her needles and 4 shades of blue wool, and then Sarah began to knit. Sarah worked late into the night. When the sun began to rise, she hurried to the bus stop and hung the mittens on the old spruce tree. From behind the hedge, Sarah watched. The little boy was the first to arrive. He saw the mittens. He reached up, tried them on. They fit. And with a big smile, he made a perfect snowball and threw it towards the winter sky. Soon, a little girl in a red coat arrived. Her mittens didn't match. That night, Sarah knitted with red yarn. Every day now, as Sarah went to the mailbox, she watched for children without mittens. Then she would hurry home and knit. Early in the morning, she would hang the new mittens on the tree. The children loved the game. Each day, they would search under every branch and bough for another pair of mittens. Once or twice, Sarah thought that the boy with the blue mittens had seen her, but he always looked away. Night after night, Sarah knitted mittens in every color. Some had stripes, some had hearts, some even had little snowflakes all over them. Somehow, even though she had never spoken to the children, Sarah felt that they had become her new family. On the last day before winter vacation, Sarah awakened before dawn. She took the empty basket that had once held her yarn and filled it to the brim with mittens. Out the door and down the steps she headed. When she got to the blue spruce tree, she hung the mittens on every branch. The boy with the blue mittens was the first to arrive. He stood very still and waited for the others. In fact, all the children stood still for a very few minutes, looking at the mysterious, beautiful Mitten Tree. When they boarded the bus, each child now wore a new pair of mittens. Sarah watched as one by one their faces appeared in the bus window. Still, no one looked her way as she started home. But Sarah's heart was full. It was full as when the sounds of her own children had filled her house. As Sarah neared her porch and climbed the steps, she saw something waiting for her. There in the corner was a basket woven with thick brown vines and decorated with a large white bow. In it were balls and balls of beautiful, colorful yarn. To this day, Sarah knits mittens for all the children in her town. Every time her basket is empty, a new full one magically appears. Sarah doesn't know who the yarn is from. The children still don't know who the mittens are from. But someone must.
So there's a little mystery at the end of that story that the children don't know Sarah, and Sarah doesn't know where all the yarn is coming from. But there is a mystery we can solve here today of who makes all the mittens that you find in the lobby on Mitten Tree Sunday. And it's our knitting group. And we have representing our knitting group Coral and Carolyn and Denise. And these knitters meet every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Anyone who's interested is welcome. You could be a beginner knitter, an experienced knitter, and they tell me that they are very friendly. So if you too would like to join the joy of knitting in the Wednesday knitting group, please come on out on a Wednesday at 1 p.m. Thank you so much, knitters. And our centering reading this morning. Spirit of friendship, I come to know your love and care through the embodied presence of others. Weave me together with kindred spirits. Knit me more closely with friends of the soul. Cultivate in me a kinship with humanity so that I recognize my joys and struggles in others. In my loneliness, reveal to me this communion, and may I be a solace to those who long for connection. Transform me through conversation and loving presence. Help me see how I am a part of a great circle of pilgrims, witnesses, ancestors, and mystics who guide me to true connection with you. Gather me into your great wide heart so that I might discover I am never separate, but always held in love.
Thank you, Susan. Knitters, Jody. Each week we pause in our time together in recognition of the joys and challenges and sorrows in our lives and in the world around us. We honor our celebrations and challenges by placing small stones in bowls of water. As the ripples extend outward, we imagine them continuing out beyond these small bowls, out through and past our pews, out into the larger community of all. Before I invite you to come forward to drop any stones you wish to this morning, 2 stones. The first for Santa's helper Joan, who made sure we had a Christmas tree again this year. Thank you, Santa's helper Joan. And a stone for the agency of the people of Syria in the challenges that are before them. May a new day dawn for that nation. Against this background, we live our lives. Please come forward now to honor your joys and sorrows or challenges by placing stones in these, albeit small, bowls of water. That last stone, as always, represents all that remain in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. There are no caring cards this morning, so let us move now into a time of stillness and reflection. After several moments, we'll come back together through the gift of music.
I invite all of our mitten collectors to come up front here so that you'll be ready when your moment comes. Yeah, this is perfect. You can just sit down, that's okay. So as our mitten folks come up, I'll tell you that these mittens are watercolor paintings made by the children in our religious exploration program on Sunday morning, and they might be a little surprised to see how they look, because when they left on Sunday, they were rectangle pieces of paper. And so we have a little mitten poem for you, and our children and one dad are going to come up and collect the mittens as it goes. 10 warm mittens hanging on the line. One blows away, and then there are 9. Oh, we got to start at this end. That's you. 9 warm mittens. One without a mate. A squirrel carries one away. And that leaves 8. Eight warm mittens, just 8, not 11. One gets buried in the snow, and that leaves 7. Right here, this is you. Good job. 7 warm mittens. Which one do you pick? I'll pick the rainbow one, and that leaves 6. 6 warm mittens, put one on to try, take one from the line, and that leaves 5. That's perfect. 5 warm mittens. We had 10 before. A fluffy bunny needs one, and that leaves 4. 4 warm mittens, 2 for you and 2 for me. I lost one on the ski slope, and that leaves 3. 3 warm mittens, looking very new, One falls into the mud, and that leaves two. Two warm mittens drying in the sun. A bird comes down and snatches it, and that leaves one. One warm mitten. What good is one? A little mouse can have a bed, and that leaves none. Thank you. Thank you, mitten folk. I'll just give you a minute to get comfortable wherever you want to be. You can stay here if you want, or go back to your folks in the pews.
Today is the debut of our Christmas choir, so I'm going to welcome them up to sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas for you, a very entertaining arrangement by John Rudder. And I'll also take a moment to say that tomorrow, Monday night at 7, we're going to have a carol sing-along here in Fellowship Hall. There'll be some hot chocolate, and there'll be many, many carols for you to sing along with. So we hope that you will come join me and Mariella tomorrow in Fellowship Hall. All right.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some veggie pudding. Now bring us some veggie pudding. Now bring us some veggie pudding. Bring some out here. Tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. For we all like figgy pudding. For we all like figgy pudding. For we all like figgy pudding. So bring some out here. Tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some out here. Good tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. 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 A Happy New Year.
This is an all-ages service, but I have a request to make. If you are a youngster not thrilled about the process of becoming a grown-up, put your hands over your ears for the next little minute. And if you are an adult not too thrilled with this process of adulting, you may want to do the same. Yes, that's okay. I'll let you know when you can open your ears again. A week ago, I can't help you. If you're not holding your ears tight enough, that's not my fault, Galaxy. A week and a half ago, my brother asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and perhaps for the first time in my life, I didn't have an answer. I've got 3 pairs of mittens. They keep my fingers warm. I've learned the secret of double wool socks on Sunday morning. My toes are toasty. It hasn't always been that way. There's nothing physical I need this year. What I need is the love of family, good work with good people, and to watch the little ones scurrying around underfoot. Earlier, one of our children with big, thick snow boots was running, and they were followed by a girl in stocking feet. It was wonderful. But what I need this year, what many of us may need this year, are means to give, to see the spark in someone else's eye glow. And opportunities to give are all around. In a few minutes, we will be adding, I didn't bring up my prop. Lee, help me. These little mittens, I got them from the color, but size 3.5, $6. Has there ever been something more valuable than handmade little things to keep young fingers warm? Friends, all I can say is that the spirit of the season resides in sparks like that, and in sparks that may still be alive right here, in the smiles among us, and in the stomping and pitter-patter of young feet in matching PJs. Enjoy the season. Let us make it together all that it can be. Lee?
I'd like to invite the ushers to start passing the baskets at this time. Our congregation has a long history of care, vitality, and bringing people together to move the arc of justice forward. We've been able to live into our hopes and dreams because of the generosity of those within and beyond this community. Whether you're here in Worship Hall or anywhere else, you are a part of this community. We rely on one another to keep this congregation vital and resilient. If you have any questions about how you can give, please go to our website or contact our finance manager to find out how to make a donation or keep up with your pledge soon. Also, those in Worship Hall can use the QR code on the back of the order of service to make an online donation. These gifts are freely given and gratefully received. We dedicate these gifts to the work of this community of faith, serving human wholeness, caring for the planet, upholding religious freedom, welcoming the stranger, and loving one another.
Our annual tradition of the Mitten Tree is for sure a favorite of many. Each year, we decorate the boughs of our Mitten Tree with gifts for those who are in need of a little extra warmth. This act of giving from our abundance will make a big impact to the community at large. This year, these gifts will be donated to the women and children that the Uville Center serves and the men served by the Ottawa Mission. Please stand if you are able to sing "O Mitten Tree." The words are found on the screen above, after which we will decorate the Mitten Tree together.
Oh, Mitten Tree, oh, Mitten Tree, how lovely are your branches. Oh, Mitten Tree, oh, Mitten Tree, how lovely are your branches. All filled with hats and mitts and scarves to keep the people nice and warm. Oh, Mitten Tree, oh, Mitten Tree, how lovely are your branches. Oh, Mitten Tree, oh, Mitten Tree, how lovely are your branches. Oh, Mitten Tree, oh, Mitten Tree, how lovely are your branches. All winter long, a gracious deed, a gift of warmth for those in need. Oh, Mitten Tree, oh, Mitten Tree, how lovely are your branches.
I invite you all now to come up with whatever gifts you have. If there's something that you have that's not hangable, you can just set it under the tree.
Well done. Quick basketball.
Yeah, we're in high school, not right now.
You know, for years, when people would ask me what it's like being a religious leader at the holidays, I would say, there's so much busyness in getting ready and preparation that I really don't get into the Christmas spirit until the lights are lowered and we light candles on Christmas Eve. The Christmas spirit arrived a little earlier for me this year, thanks to this magnum opus. Before we begin to close this time of worship and reflection, a reminder that coffee hour will begin in Fellowship Hall immediately after the service. Food and household items from our grocery support program are available, if my iPad returns to me, for any who would like some from the room adjacent to Fellowship Hall. The grow towers of Ajaski have been taken down for the season, sadly. That said, Ajaski youth will be selling wreaths and Christmas arrangements at the back of the hall. They are there waving to us now. Thank you, thank you. And as usual, Mia's Indian Cuisine will be offering lunch for sale after the service. And our fair trade table is larger than ever with items for the season. If you are new here, still feel new, or simply welcome a really good conversation after this stimulating, heartfelt service, pick up a green mug as you enter Fellowship Hall. Doing so will help others looking forward to a good conversation find you. And if you see someone sporting a green mug, ask them about who they are and why they're here this morning, and get ready for the start of a very wonderful conversation. Now, as we prepare to extinguish our chalice this morning, may these words from Alex Hayter Winnett be our guide. In this time of lights in the darkness, warmth in the cold, and music in the silence, let us also remember to appreciate the dark, the cold, and the quiet, to celebrate by doing simple acts of kindness for one another, to recall that the sun will come again. Our chalice flame is extinguished, but the flame of our faith and love resides in each of us. Collie, will you please guide us again in our closing song, Spirit of Life, which you'll find as number 123 in your teal hymnal. We'll sing it through first in English and then en français. Please rise now, in body or in spirit.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Source de vie, jaillit en moi, insufflant mon cœur des élans de compassion. Chante dans le vent, danse avec la mer. Anime la main qui façonne la justice. Donne-nous, dis-moi, ciel, emporte-moi. Source de vie, lève-moi, lève-moi.
As we return to the challenge and the joy of helping the world come alive in love, go with peace in our hearts, with the willingness to sow justice in our hands, and a smile on our face to say hello to one another, especially this time in the season. Go in peace, my friends. Go in peace.